What's up, everybody? Welcome back and happy Tuesday. Glad to be back here with you. I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers, bringing you your daily hail forecast, sponsored as always by C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, American Contractor, and Atlas. And they're still there for you in the description to this video, so go ahead and check out their pages on Facebook. So, today, we've got storms returning to East Texas. We do have all risks possible. It's going to stay pretty scattered, but hail, wind, and tornadoes are on the table. And then all that is shifting off to the east into the Gulf states tomorrow. So Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. You guys are going to get hit from this system a little later. And then we've got another round coming through with a second storm system. So basically, it's just going to be kind of southern storms all week this week as we continue into this pattern setup. So getting into that in a second, but first, got to plug the Raising Hail Tour 2024. This is our annual forecast event where our CEO, Derek Klein, gives his seasonal hail forecast. So it's for the whole nation. It's when your hail season starts, ends, how active it's going to be, maybe how quiet it's going to be. And then we've also got some other roofers and contractors giving some good info with some speeches of their own. So come out to the 2024 Raising Hail Tour. We're going to be in Denton, Oklahoma City, let me read the graphic, Denver, and Chicago there. So that's all throughout February. Go find your date, find your city, and make it out there. And the first 50 to buy tickets get $10 off, and that code is 10RHT2024. So make sure to take advantage of that. There's giveaways, there's t-shirts. It's a whole big thing. Come out to see it. It's really fun, guys. Lots of good info. Can't talk highly enough about it. So now getting into our weather, though. So we have some snow, rain, and a wintry mix occurring right now across the Ohio Valley and the Northeast. It's going to cause some travel issues here and there, especially if you guys are in those zones that are getting that wintry mix right now. But this whole system, more what we're focusing on, I guess, is going to be the southern end of that whole system, and that's what's bringing that severe weather. So there's mostly some rain, some cloud cover across East Texas right now, but we are expecting the daytime warming to turn some of these storms into more severe. So potential to see all risks come out of that. Across the rest of the nation, really cloudy and some rain showers across the east, and then, some spotty showers across the Rocky Mountain West. A lot of folks getting some rain and cloud cover today with this low pressure system that is swinging through. There's the east side of it, bringing all that snow, mix, and rain all the way through the Ohio Valley down into the South Plains. And then keeping it generally kind of cool, 34 in Kansas City, 39 in Oklahoma City, but out in front of it, now we're at 67 degrees down in Houston, and so we're going to take a closer look at that here. 69 degrees in Houston, 63 in Galveston, and 67 in Beaumont and Cleveland. So very nice and warm out in Houston. If you want hail in Shreveport, stay tuned. We got a forecast graphic coming up here, but this is for the whole, Gulf States region. So potential to see some at least rumbles of thunder and maybe more. Again, stay tuned across that whole area. So here's our future temperatures dropping into the next few days. Again, temperatures are going to be super conditional, or super impactful, I should say, to these severe storms. We really need warm weather. 60s and 70s are great for storms to form down along the coast into today. There we are at 3 p.m., hitting 73 in Corpus Christi. So plenty of warmth coming out of the Gulf, getting ready for those storms. Then as that low pressure system starts to move off to the east, there we are by tomorrow, 3 p.m. around the peak heating of the day. Still sitting in the mid to upper 60s in Texas and Louisiana, 70s down in South Texas. And then it's going to really continue like that into the next few days with a lot of mid 60s and 70s across the board here in the southeast and South Texas, with multiple systems moving through, potentially producing those storms. And then dew points as well. All of this warmth and moisture is getting pulled up out of the Gulf and sparking those storm chances. Look at those deep greens. That's really that moisture content that is needed for those storms to form. And we got that today, 3 p.m., tomorrow, 3 p.m., again, around that peak heating time, looking very similar with really nice deep dew points, providing that sufficient moisture that we need for severe storms to continue from today all the way into the weekend. So one more thing. All right, we got that fast upper level wind, and so we do have a little bit of rotation going on in the atmosphere overall, combined with the lift and instability we're getting from those higher dew points and that higher humidity produces elevated values in our significant tornado parameter, right? So a chance to see some rotating storms. Again, everything's going to be pretty scattered today, but there is that tornado chance on the table just north of Houston for today. And then there we are by 7 p.m. into this evening, still seeing values lighting up in Louisiana, Texas, and then shifting off into the southeast for tomorrow, but it should kind of start to fizzle out into the overnight hours. So putting all that together, here's what our future radar is spitting out. Got storms moving along I-20 by 2 p.m., and we should see a little bit of an intensification on them, right? So we already got those storms going on, but we should start to see a little bit more zest in those storms as we go into the early afternoon. So along I-35, starting to see some storms develop here on our forecast models, and then shifting all of that off to the east. Now we got a line of storms heading towards Shreveport, so wind chance coming out of that, and then we've got these bad boys rolling off the mountains there, potential to produce some pretty large hail off of those, and then stuff coming off the coast. It's just a whole mess of stuff through East Texas today, but it is producing multiple chances at severe weather through Corpus Christi, Houston, Shreveport, Lafayette, all the way out into New Orleans for tomorrow. So forecast max hail size today. There are many chances for hail with any of those cells, but probably going to stay, we don't have a 1.25 on here, but like $half sized, 1.25 inches into today. It's just super saturated with all of that water and ongoing rain and stuff going on. Really hard to get those large hail values. But pretty much anywhere from the Rio Grande up into Houston and San Antonio, I-35 corridor could see some hail for today. Once everything shifts off to the east, then we're looking at that wind chance. So that's going to move all the way into almost Mississippi there from the Rio Grande, with chances to see it's scattered once again, but maybe up to 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts here and there. And then for tornadoes, that's again on the low end for everybody because it's going to be kind of here and there with the storm mode that we have setting up right now. But Corpus Christi all the way into Lake Charles could see potential for some spin-up tornadoes today. So low ends for today. Then into tomorrow, that whole system tracks off to the east through Mississippi, through Alabama, Louisiana, and more for Texas. There we are by noon with that line of storms tracking through New Orleans, tracking out of Jackson now, and just a ton of rain with all this. That's another risk into today through tomorrow is flooding. Just from the multiple waves of these heavy storms that we're seeing, you could see some street flooding, some localized, riverbeds coming up and everything with that water. But then also have that hail, wind, and tornado threat still coming out of all of this stuff. These lines could produce winds, strong winds and tornadoes, and then any of those isolated cells still have that chance to produce hail and still tornadoes depending on how much rotation is in them through tomorrow. So makes your morning commute kind of a nightmare. 5 p.m. still some rain going on, and yet more waves all the way through Thursday morning. So lots of rain, lots of water, lots of flooding, and you also got that hail, wind, tornado chance. So for tomorrow, San Antonio, Houston, Corpus Christi once again for that hail threat. Probably up to $1/4 to $1/2, and we'll reevaluate as we get closer. But for wind, it's going to be very similar threat level-wise to today, around 60 miles an hour, and should stay pretty scattered anywhere from Corpus Christi to Houston, up to Jackson and New Orleans, pretty much the whole Gulf Coast there. And then into tomorrow for tornadoes. Now we're going to keep it really close to the coast. And this is kind of interesting if you guys are weather nerds. You don't get as much friction along the water, and then you suddenly get more friction right when you move onto land. So that kind of makes that wind grind to a halt, produces a little bit of rotation there. And so you got an elevated tornado chance if you're right along the coast. So New Orleans, Lake Charles, Galveston, all the way down to almost Corpus Christi could see that tornado chance for tomorrow. So for the next 48 hours, can you roof? Not well. It's going to be really rainy across the southeast and still got all that winter mode up in the Ohio Valley. Tons of stuff going on in the South Plains. Temperature-wise, it's not bad, so you could be going in and out. It's 65 degrees in Jackson by 3 p.m., 70 in Houston. So got the temperatures for it. Really, unless you're in severe storms, no crazy wind gusts. That's kind of some good news, but you might have to be going in and out, kind of picking your times to do any outdoor work with all this. And then tomorrow it's the same story, a whole mess of storms from the southeast up into the Ohio Valley. And you got some spotty snow and cooler temperatures up through the Rockies for tomorrow. So you can do some outdoor work into the next 48 hours. You're just going to have to kind of pick your times to do so. And then I'm going to leave you guys with the next 5 days for your extended hail forecast. Like I said, we got this system moving through early this week. That's where we're getting today through Thursday's hail chances. Thursday, we look like we have maybe more isolated storms developing, as well as a resurgence and instability. So maybe some higher hail values Thursday. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. And then a second system that's very similar to this one that's moving through now is expected on Friday into Saturday, so potential to see some hail and wind off of that towards the end of the week as well. So if you guys are anywhere through the Gulf states, going to get multiple waves of severe storms, multiple chances to see some warnings going off on your phone. So if you guys want more information, you can follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Hit See First on Facebook so you never miss a live video, and smash that subscribe button everywhere else. And then if you want to get in contact with us, you can call us at 855-334-4245. Email us at info@hailtrace.com or check out hailtrace.com for more details. If you're interested in purchasing a plan, scan that QR code up above me or click the link in the description to this video. And of course, if you guys want to register for our Raising Hail Tour, the link to that is on our Facebook page, so go ahead and check it out. Guys, thank you so much for being here. We'll be back tomorrow at noon with more details, but for now, I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers. Thanks for watching.